Okay, so I'm going to go through these problems really quick. So going with the rules that we learned in the video, when you're multiplying or dividing, if you have an even number, and I'm going to put this over up here, if you have an even number of negatives, your answer will be positive. And if you have an odd number of negatives, your answer will be negative. So, right here, I just do the math for the number part, and 2 times 5 is 10. And then I have one negative, that's odd number, so I put in, my answer is, negative 10. Here, 2 times 5 again is 10. 2 negatives is even, so my answer is positive, stays 10. For number 2, I've got division here. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And I have one negative, that's an odd number, so that makes my answer negative. And again, 6 divided by 2 is 3. I've got 2 negatives, that's an even number, so my answer is positive. Next one, 15 divided by 3 is 5. One negative in the problem gives me a negative answer. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. 2 negatives in the problem gives me a positive answer. Here, this is a little more complicated because I have 3 factors, but I'm just going to multiply the numbers. 1 times 4 is 4, times 3 is 12. And I have 1, 2 negatives in the problem. That's an even number. My answer is positive. Here, 1 times 4 times 3 is 12 still. And I've got 1, 2, 3 negatives in the problem. That's an odd number. So my answer is negative. All right, for this one, I need to simplify a step at a time. So I'm going to go negative 8 divided by negative 2. Well, 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 2 negatives in the problem gives me a positive. And then I need times negative 5. Okay, so then I do 4 times negative 5, which is 20. 1 negative in the problem gives me a negative answer. Same type of thing here with number 6. I'm going to simplify the top and the bottom and then do the division. So negative 4 times 6. Well, 4 times 6 is 24. 1 negative in the problem makes it negative 24. And then I'm going to put here, I forgot to put it in a fraction, so I'm going to do just a slash, divided by negative 3. And then, now I'm going to do that division. 24 divided by 3 is 8. Negative divided by negative, that's an even number, so the answer is positive. Number 7, again, I'm just going to simplify both parts first. Negative 25 divided by negative 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Times, there we go. Negative 40 divided by 8. 40 divided by 8 is 5. We have 1 negative in the problem, so that makes it negative 5. And 5 times negative 5, well, 5 times 5 is 25. And 1 negative in the problem means my answer is negative. Here, let's see if we can figure out if we have an answer that's positive or negative before we even start. So I've got, all I've got here is multiplication and division. The rules should still apply. I've got 1, 2, 3 negatives in the problem, and that tells me, I'm going to scroll up, odd number of negatives gives me a negative answer. Negative answer. So let's see if that's true. Negative 9 times 10. 9 times 10 is 90, and 1 negative makes it negative 90 over 3 times 5 is 15, times 2 is 30, and I got 2 negatives, so that makes it a positive answer. Negative 90 divided by 30, and 90 divided by 30 is 3, and 1 negative in the problem gives me a negative answer, and so my negative prediction was correct. This one, you can't count the negatives and predict because you've also got addition in the problem. Same thing with number 10. So counting the negatives in the problem isn't going to work when you have addition in there as well. So we're just going to simplify each part. We got negative 12 divided by negative 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 2 negatives makes it a positive, plus negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1, and 1 negative makes it negative. So 6 plus negative 1, which equals, that's the same as 6 minus 1, which is positive 5. And finally, negative 8, I'm just going to keep that one, plus 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 1 negative in the problem gives me a negative answer, so negative 2. And as I recall from before, a negative plus a negative, I add them but keep the sign, so negative, and 8 plus 2 is 10. Negative 10 is the answer. Hopefully that helped you with any questions you had.